Good morning, and welcome into another episode of Why So Sidious, a nerd podcast. This morning, we're bringing you an oldie but goodie, an episode we haven't done in quite some time, and that is Nerd Therapy. It's one of our go-tos from when we started almost 4 years ago now. We're bringing it back. We finally hit a slow period. Projects are slowing down, and we can get the creative juices flowing and really get those weird thoughts out of our minds so we can continue and be normal people moving forward. I do want to clarify, Nerd Therapy is here for us to, dump ideas we have. It's a therapeutic session for nerds. We talk about crazy stuff. We go outlandish. I understand there was confusion. It's not called Nerd Therapy because after Andy's questions, you have to go to therapy to get those images out of your mind of your loved characters doing absolutely horrendous things. So I do understand there is a confusion there, but that's actually not why the word therapy is in this. So we're going to try to not up your therapy bill after this session. But really, we are missing Andy. We're hoping he joins us in here. It's always a blast to have in, and it's always great to have all four of us. So you may be getting a fourth guest popping in here and really elevating the show. Or you might not, but we're hoping you do. But we are Why So Sidious. We got episodes out there, of course. We have constantly been dropping stuff because there are TV shows, there are movies. I mean, there is just stuff galore to cover. So Daredevil, Born Again, The Punisher special presentation, we obviously covered both of those. The Mandalorian and Grogu is out in theaters. We've all seen it here. All three of us have seen it. Definitely all of us have seen it. We have our episode out, dropped this week. So go ahead and tune in for that coverage, see what we thought about the movie. The Boys finale, covered that, season 5. That just wrapped up. So we got all that, and now we got a little bit of a break. So we're doing the creative episodes. Supergirl's coming out here soon. Always stay tuned. We got a ton of stuff coming. And go to our merch store. Hats, coffee cups, shirts. If you're a comic person, then obviously you're going to shop through Panel Bound Comics and use code WhySoCidious for a discount. And yeah, that's it. Follow our socials. We'll be popping out the clips from this episode for sure. We're going to have some fun conversations. So let's get into it. Nerd Therapy, we are going to open it up with a segment called Agree or Disagree. So I'm just going to make a statement, and then you guys are going to give me a thumbs up if you agree, thumbs down if you disagree. And if it's worth discussing, we'll get into the conversation for it. So, agree or disagree? Let's start it off with this one. I feel like we may have some split takes. So, the DCU does not need to include the Flash, or any speedster for that matter. Other than the Eternals, it is a power set that has never been done justice on the big screen. Agree or disagree? 1, 2, 3.
Wait, 2 questions. It's never been done justice outside of Eternals. Agree, but the DCU needs.
That's the main question. That's the main question.
Okay, the DCU absolutely needs a Flash. Flash is so much of a pillar, even though Batman and Superman have the most movies, Wonder Woman, but the Speed Force is so important to the DCU and the villains that come with that and the effects it has on the universe. And you have to have a speedster. Like the Avengers don't have a speedster. Quicksilver, kind of, but Flash and DC you totally got to have them.
Caleb?
Yeah, I lean more to what JD's saying. He is super important, but hasn't been done well. But even in Zack Snyder's Justice League, when he goes back in time to like tell Ben Affleck, what's going to happen, that's a really cool scene. Like it ended up not, bleeding too much because of that whole universe ended, but yes, speedsters are difficult because they're basically, invincible in a way. So, but
until they're not, and they decide they just don't need to be.
Right. So I think James Gunn could do a good Flash. Give him maybe 3 years, 4 years from now.
Okay.
I'll give you something that gives me hope, because how they use the Green Lantern powers so far has been even better than I expected. We saw it in the trailer. We saw it with even Guy Gardner with flipping over tanks and how nonchalant he was walking through, taking out all those people. And then like Hal Jordan it doesn't look like he's even thinking about it. People start shooting him and he has got this protective bubble around him. And I'm like, this is the greatest power weapon in the universe. And the way they're using that is even better than I expected. So I'm really hoping they do the Flash stuff, the speedster stuff right. Because yeah, I've said it before on the show. It's super annoying when you have someone that fast, but somehow people still land a shot on them. They still get a punch in. They still shoot him with the gun. Like you should be untouchable if you're that fast. So you got to be a really clever rider to figure out how to work with the speedster.
Right. So to me, it's just they should be so consequential, but you can't utilize them that much in the writing because there are so many inconsistencies when it comes to speedsters. Like, I don't know. So I'll start with the Flash before we get into the speedster thing, I guess. I've seen multiple Flash stories told. None of them have really been told well, in my opinion. The Flash CW show was brutally tough to watch. Jeremy's definitely gay, and that's why we love him.
The answer is yes to that. Thank you, Raphael.
Raphael asking if Jeremy is the gay, asking the hard-hitting questions. I don't know. I don't feel like he's been done. I'm not interested in him as a character anymore. The Zack Snyder Justice League part, I thought was probably the best Flash version I've seen. His movie was god awful. Unless you're doing the Flashpoint story, I feel like the levels of the Speed Force and everything that I'm not aware of, but I'm sure is great storytelling in the comics. I don't know that the DCU will even get to that depth of storytelling. So do they need the Speed Force in order to build out the DCU? Maybe James Gunn has a big plan for that. And again, I'm obviously speaking from a small position of knowledge as far as the Speed Force goes and everything. But to me, it's just like, unless we're doing the Flashpoint story, I don't see why we need it. And it just creates inconsistencies and plot holes. And other than Makari and the Eternals, which was great, even Quicksilver and Apocalypse, I feel like they overdid the freezing time thing, and it's just so OP. Like, he was able to get like 100 kids out of an exploding mansion in 1 second. Do you know how god level powers you would have to be able to do that while they're all surviving throughout that G-force, which I'm not going to get into that. That's nitpicky. But that's god level speed to be able to do that entire thing, and then it doesn't really ever come into play again. Like, and that just always happens in these projects. They make this crazy big display of power with the speedster, and then it never comes into play to help again, or there's some inconsistency. I don't know. Like, the boys, I think, did a really bad job with speedsters, even though it's not like they were an ultra realistic as far as powers go. I just think it's something that's been done bad time after time after time, and it makes me wonder, do we need to go that route for the DCU? But
yeah. Animated Flash was good.
Getting emotional. Which animated Flash? Just the Flashpoint movie?
Flashpoint movie was good, and then him in the Justice League animated film. Reverse Flash is cool too. So
yeah. Well, shoot. I mean, I like him in the animated projects. I don't know. I know that's a hot take because I know the Flash is a big character for the DC Comics community. Like, I accept that I just don't care as much about that character as the majority of the fan base does. So that could be
there's almost more of a place for speedsters in comics because you can kind of get more creative and do things with it. You know, how the New 52 like stripped DC of a lot of its traditional concepts and character relationships, and that was all because of the Flash and Flashpoint, and then the whole crossover with the Watchmen was all because of Flashpoint, and bringing back all the traditional DC concepts was all centered kind of around the Flash. So super important in comics, but now you're starting to like, it's hard to do that on the big screen. And are you just going to have a speedster that has his own little battles and helps you out because he's fast every now and then? Or is the Speed Force going to be an important part of the DCU? That's the big question.
And maybe that would do it for me. Maybe that would kind of help me embrace it more, where if they actually are using the Speed Force to create more stories in the world building and stuff like that. Like, if there was a point to it other than guy goes really fast in this one scene and then never does again kind of deal, then maybe I can be sold on it more. Like, if it's there to build out a bigger story, I'm here for it. It always seems like it's just kind of done for show real quick. Cool super speed scene, and then doesn't come into play again. So all right. I like it, and we'll find out. We'll see if we're going to get a Flash. Yeah. I think this one might be a hot button issue as well. We'll see. Agree or disagree? Ed Norton's Hulk design is better than Mark Ruffalo's Hulk design in the first Avengers. Agree or disagree?
Easy agree.
Bub?
I don't know. Let me look at both of them real fast.
That's a good point, Joseph. We do appreciate your input.
I like this one. Is the world around us real, or is it all a product of our brain? From Ninja Sue. I don't know. The only thing I got on that is Elon Musk was saying it is statistically unlikely that this isn't a simulation, and that's just what I think of, and it just freaks me out. So I decided not to think about it.
What are
That's
these
a good call.
comments?
It's too early. It's too early. I actually like
Crazy.
this one.
Yeah.
If you were light speed, wouldn't you just be blind because the light doesn't bounce off of your retinas anymore? There are a good amount of physics questions that come into the whole speedster stuff when you start doing that, especially when they transport people. But I would imagine their body just processes it at a quicker rate. I don't know.
You just got super eyeballs, bro.
Yeah.
The speed force has infiltrated your eyes. No, that's a good
Some
question.
stuff, yeah. You just gotta leave some stuff to be. But
Ninja Sue with the wild philosophy stuff. If a person was born and lived before the creation of all religions, where do they go after death, to heaven or hell? We will find out post-death, I guess, because I'd imagine it doesn't change. She was probably the same before or after religions.
that's
But yeah, wow.
That's actually the second topic on our upcoming episode, philosophical therapy. It's not a nerd therapy, but it is on our philosophical therapy episode. So tune in on Tuesday. We will discuss the meaning of life.
And the return of Bloody Knuckles. What's up, dude? Where do you think Simon Kinberg is going to take Star Wars episode 10 through 12? Would you rather go 1,000 years in the future, 1,000 years in the past? Past. I don't care anything. It's just Darth Bane needs to be the next trilogy. I don't think that's what he's going to do. But that book is incredible. That story is incredible. That character is incredible. Very cinematic. And that would be their $1 billion per film trilogy right there. So I'll choose 1,000 years in the past. And Old Republic, that's their... that's kind of the ace up their sleeve and their little golden nugget that they have yet to use.
Yeah, I freaking Ninja's throwing my brain off here. So when I read that, my brain just read it as, would I rather go 1,000 years in the past or 1,000 years in the future, like in our world? And I was like, past, get me the hell out of here. And I don't want to go to the future. But Star Wars 2, yeah, let's go to the past. Let's go to the Old Republic. It's like, yeah, Star Wars. Past. Love.
Oh, you sweet summer children. You really think they're going to go 1,000 years into the past? If it's episodes 10 through 12, it has to go in chronological order.
Yeah,
you're
It's
right.
going to be
It's going to
be Rey's New Jedi. That's going to be the first movie, and it's going to be a trilogy. Like,
yeah, if
it's going to be
10 through
about
12.
20 years. It's going to be about 20 years in the future. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Well, and the question was, do we think we'll do it? Because I don't think they'll ever do that, but I would like them to. But yeah, for episodes 10 through 12, it wouldn't really make sense that you all of a sudden just shot back 1,000 years.
I totally think they will do it. It's just maybe not in the next 5 to 10 years. But at some point, they're going to realize, oh, we need our fans back and our legacy back. Here's some incredible material, guys.
Well, and Miss,
that,
we don't
yes,
have any
Kathleen
source
Kennedy, there
material
is source material on.
There you go. It's like we're on the same page. It's like we do a podcast together or something.
It's like we know Star Wars a little bit.
Yeah.
So back to
Unlike
the question
Kathleen Kennedy.
you were talking about.
Yeah.
Ed Norton's
Oh, yeah.
Hulk is definitely more intense.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo's is kind of dumber. He has kind of a oafy look to him sometimes when he's not angry. And he just
Oafy,
kinda his kind of. So maybe I would pick Ed Norton because he's got some hair on the shoulders too. You know, he's really feeling it out. So yeah, I'll take that one.
He's terrifying. Yeah, I'm going Ed Norton all the way. That Hulk design is just like, yeah, that's what I would run and hide from for sure. I mean, and I will say, I think the Hulk design in the first Avengers is the most intense, maybe other than Age of Ultron, that we've seen in the MCU. But I'm still taking Ed Norton's look, man. He is savage. All right, last round of agree or disagree. And then we will head on over to a little topic that JD has brought up for us. A Star Wars Star Killer movie that was an Elseworld style project could be an incredible movie. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay.
Easy.
I feel like that idea always kind of gets like shot down because like it would kind of break the rules of the world and there were canon things. But to me, it's like, let's do a what if. Let's get crazy. right? Like, let's do an Elseworlds movie. It doesn't have to connect in, and we can have, it's going to be taboo, but we can have Starkiller killing Han and Chewie, and we can have Starkiller going through our love storyline that we're so familiar with, and it's almost like a rated R Deadpool without the humor kind of Elseworlds movie where we're just seeing this incredibly strong being running through the Star Wars universe. I think, and we could still use Sam Witwer, maybe. Is it too late?
Oh yeah.
How old is he?
Never. No, he looks great, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything different from what Star Wars has been doing, I want them to do. So that would be different. Do something completely different than they've just been shitting the bed for 20 years. So
I could see it being an animated show, honestly, too, or like a.
I could, but I would love to see a live action and just really see them go in hand. And God forbid, do we need to bring Zack Snyder in to direct? Don't kill me. I don't know. But bring in somebody who can do.
Good thing Andy's not here.
Maybe not him. Maybe Matt Reeves. I don't know. Let's get somebody.
Just go back. Let's just go back to Denny. We always go back to Denny.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, I know.
We need like a good action because this is going to be.
It's not going to be like a deep thinking one. It's more going to be just like.
Who's the John Wick director?
Power of the Force. Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Real quick, we got one more thing from Bloody Knuckles. He says, I think Jon Stewart in this new Justice League is going to be the Thor. Less clownishness. With less clownishness. We have Superman, Batman soon, and with the actor they picked and being in Man of Tomorrow, he's going to take off. So maybe
who's
the Thor as in like
Jason Pierre.
To the fandom, like as far as how much he's liked, or Thor as in his character is going to kind of be like Thor.
Right, like he's kind of the galactic,
the adult in the room,
powerful member. Yeah, I do think Jon Stewart will be the Justice League Green Lantern, though. I think they're doing something way different with Hal Jordan than anyone is going to be kind of expecting.
Yeah, he's already a grizzled veteran who is discouraged with the world and stuff. As far as Hal Jordan. Wow, I almost just called him Hal Gardner. Scary. Yeah, and that seemed to be rubbing Green Lantern fans the wrong way because Hal Jordan is kind of supposed to be like the peak hopeful leader.
Right, he's the Green Lantern, but I think he's either going to die or become a villain. One of the two things, like the Parallax story. That's just the Parallax thing. That's a far fetched, but he could definitely do it.
Makes sense, actually. Yeah. All right. Well, that wraps it up for Agree or Disagree. JD, you had some topics you were bringing to the table. And one of them started off with a little conversation involving our friends Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. Ever heard of them? They all play Spider-Man. Now, what was the topic, JD?
I just wanted us to figure out a good matchup for them and kind of keep it simple, but like what would be a good matchup to fight those three Spider-Man together? I thought of the Fantastic Four, the present MCU Fantastic Four. Thought that would be a good matchup, but it sounds like a fun topic to decide what kind of handful of characters would be a good match for those three Spider-Man, where it'd be a close match.
My first thought has to be that even though it's kind of cheating because he was in Spider-Man, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is kind of a perfect match to go against these guys. He's absolutely unhinged. He's got some pretty crazy gadgets, but he's also got super strength. He's got the super soldier serum flowing through him, so he can keep up with the strength feats of Spider-Man, and he's just pure chaos, which throws the goody two-shoes Spider-Man kind of onto their heels. So I think he has to be included in a group of three at least that would be facing off that would really push their limits. I think Green Goblin's got to be in there.
Do you think who wins, Fantastic Four or the three Spider-Man?
Which Fantastic Four are we talking?
Present day MCU.
Pedro Pascal's that almost got ripped in half when he was stretched 20 feet. Well,
then Sue who freaking
true. Sue is the most powerful being in the universe.
Like a flying fire guy.
I think the Fantastic Four would win.
I think they might win that one. Yeah,
it's tough
fire
though because
flying is tough.
Tom Holland defeated Doctor Strange in the mirror. universe or the mirror dimension, right? Like he tied him up using that crazy insane, and Doctor Strange is pretty damn smart and capable. So I have to imagine that they would be. It depends if they work together. Are they the Avengers or not? As shown in No Way Home, have they synced together or are they not working together like the first part of that third act? So I think if they're in tune, they got this chemistry down, the three brothers Spider-Man thing, I can take them to take out the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, they could do it. It's a tough one. That's the closest matchup I could come up with.
Because they definitely beat the Guardians, right?
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy?
That's a good one, though.
Easily. There's more of them, though. There's like 6 of them.
Adult Groot, though.
Yeah. He's like a sequoia at the end of Guardians Volume 3. That is a scary individual you would have to be going up against, dude. He is thick with 3 C's. But yeah, I'd still take Fantastic Four and the Spider-Man over the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's fair.
So other than that, I guess, Love, do you have any ideal matchups for them there?
It's tough with the Spider-Man because they're stronger than you think they are. You know, like you don't really get like full-fledged Spider-Man in any of the movies. Maybe at the end of No Way Home with Tom Holland a little bit. Mm-hmm. So you don't want to pick like a god. I think a god would just be too powerful. Like an Iron Man. Could we do like Iron Man?
Ultron?
Doctor Strange? Want to do Iron Man, Doctor Strange? What'd you say?
I said Ultron instead of just thinking of a villain version of Iron Man.
Yeah.
I just had one and then my kids started freaking being loud and I forgot. Thanks a lot, Owen or Grayson, whoever you are.
That's funny.
Omni-Man,
same thing,
and Invincible.
Screaming. Sorry.
What about Omni-Man and Invincible together? Just those two
against Spider-Man?
Against the 3 Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's a good one. Shit. Dang. All right. What stage of Invincible? Seasons 1 through 3 or season 4 Invincible?
No spoilers.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to say anything else about
that.
I
started watching.
Love started watching Invincible, finished season 1, so he is getting in on it. Yeah.
I'm almost done with season 2.
Hey. Okay.
I'm almost halfway through season 4, but I never watched 2 and 3. So I'm going to go with Omni-Man and Invincible season 1 through 3. Oh my God. Hold on. There's good reasons. I'm reading the book now, so I kind of want to read up until season 4, but I'm excited about it, so I'm watching season 4. And
fair enough.
That's okay.
That's fair. All right.
You're weird. Dr. Manhattan kills them all. Sorry, we got Ninja Sue.
I think I'm going Omni-Man and Invincible. If we're doing season 4 Invincible, they're just modern day Invincible. And Omni-Man, I'm going them 2 over the 3 Spider-Man. Omni-Man is just like
they're a little too
brutal.
Yeah.
That fool flies and wipes out skyscrapers with the G-force of his flight. I mean, he is just he splits planets. It's pretty intense, and his super speed going up against the Spider-Mans, I think, would really do it.
Yeah. I love the sonic boom he has when he flies too, where it's like boom.
It's dope. The animation is super fun with that. Yeah, they do a good job. Even though it actually is a show that gets ripped for the animation dropping off a lot since season 1, which I don't really understand, but I guess that's kind of the fan base thinks that they got really sloppy and cheap with their animations in the last recent seasons. But I think it's fun. Okay. Were there any other thoughts on the Toby, Andrew, and Tom matchup? Who else would be I like the Omni-Man and Invincible one for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, did Omni-Man just kill Aunt May? Because then,
and he would.
So that might give Spider-Man the edge.
Head off. Yeah. I don't know.
They're tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omni-Man's on demon time. All right, Love, you got something for us. Take us on over to Westeros. What's your topic of the day?
We got House of the Dragon coming out soon, so we'll do a little Game of Thrones topic. Yeah. What's the worst decision a character has made? This is just the main show. There's no House of the Dragon in this, but I'm sure there'll be some bad decision making going on in season 3 of Hot D. So I have 8 choices. You pick whichever one you think's the worst one. Ned telling Cersei he knows about her and Jamie / Joffrey.
Good one. Good one.
Theon attacking Winterfell. Bad idea. Rob marrying Talisa.
That's
Bad
the
idea.
one I was thinking of. That was mine.
Cersei giving the High Sparrow power. Stannis attacking Winterfell / burning his daughter alive. Dany making Tyrion her hand. Season 8 shit. Oberyn wanting a confession from the mountain before finishing him. And then we also have Catelyn arresting Tyrion. Because Catelyn arresting Tyrion is also what kind of set off a lot of the, turmoil between the two families.
Yeah,
but
sent the Lannisters after them.
But Ned telling Cersei he knows is pretty high up there.
I mean, that's
So
a
high
lot
up
of
there.
stupid decisions right there. I forget how many dumb decisions were made. And I know there's some that are left out right now. I was thinking of a couple with Jon Snow already.
Okay.
But
she's my queen.
Those 8 there, I think you have to eliminate Stannis burning his daughter. I think that was horrible, and that was one of the hardest scenes you had to watch in Game of Thrones. But as far as dumb decisions, it wasn't a great decision. Half his army marched off, but he was kind of already on a downward spiral at that point. So I'll let that one go.
The ripples didn't go through the universe the way Ned Stark dying did, or marrying that Talisa or whoever that was. It did. So
I'd put Oberyn there too. I don't think the ripples did a lot, even though it was insanely frustrating to have to watch that stupid decision. I think as far as long-lasting effects that came from that, well, Tyrion would have been... God, I guess that actually would have been a pretty big game changer if he did not die and Tyrion didn't kill Tywin. I mean, that didn't shoot.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot the chain of events that led to.
And Dorne was supposed to be a bigger player at the end of the show, than they were kind of just killed off.
He's going to be on the council and all this stuff. And then he died. Tywin died. Tyrion's exiled. Cersei is in power now. That did kick off a lot of terrible things. But I'll just tell you right now, I'm going Rob. That was always the one that stuck out to me. Every time I rewatch the series, I go, you idiot, dude. You idiot. If you did not follow your dick and marry Talisa, they would have defeated the Lannisters, and this series would have been wrapped up in 3 seasons or less. That was just stupid. And in the book, he's 16 years old. So can you really blame him? No, not really.
And he gets her pregnant.
Yeah. So it's in the book, there's more of a reason to kind of understand where Rob was coming from. But even still, it's still one of the biggest implications from a decision in the show for me was that right there. The Red Wedding was just cool.
I think the top 3 are Ned, Rob, and Oberyn.
Okay.
I had marrying Talisa as number 1, but then just to avoid the simplicity of agreeing with everybody, I'm going to go Ned first, because if Ned was supposed to be king, he was going to take the throne. And Rob,
until Joffrey was of age,
his plight wouldn't have had to take place. Rob wouldn't have been going to war anymore. And he trusted Cersei and gave her that chance as if she wouldn't take that information and completely spin it on its head. So stupid. And he would have been king of the what's that city?
King's Landing.
Yeah.
Westeros.
And then the war's over at that point.
But would Cersei allow that? You don't think she would have him taken out?
If she didn't know that, though, that's when if she didn't know he knew, he could have came into power and then strategically revealed it to the right people and exposed her, instead of immediately being like, I know your dirty secrets, and by the way, I'm going to be king soon if you don't act. It's gonna.
Yeah.
I might have to agree, because if that doesn't happen, we don't have Rob needing to not marry Talisa. I mean, that kind of kickstarted the series. So, and that was really stupid, bro. That was just boneheaded of bone. He wasn't even following his heart. That was just dumb. So I guess I'll go with that as my number 1 too. You got me, JD. I'll put Rob's at number 2.
Ninja Sue again, bringing up Dr. Manhattan, but this time versus Doctor.
We're getting on topic.
You still got Dr. Manhattan
cutting it up.
Yeah. He's like a god. He just beats everybody. Thank you, Ninja Sue, for the question.
Does he have clothes on?
Ooh. No, but
Ninja Sue or Dr. Manhattan?
Dr. Manhattan.
Just gonna whip him with
Ninja
his
Sue, if you're at
balls.
home, you can do whatever you want, man.
No, but Ned would have been protected as king. And then, yeah, like Dave said, he
That's
could have
true.
revealed all that info. Once he's in that seat, once he's in the throne, Cersei wouldn't be able to get to him at all. I mean, she'd have much less of a chance anyway.
That's why foot soldiers don't play the Game of Thrones. They don't know how to do it.
You die.
Yeah. I like that. That was good. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, while we're talking about Game of Thrones, let's just real quick. We have a Week in Geek that'll be coming out where we'll be discussing a recent trailer that was dropped for the spinoff series House of the Dragon. But with the anticipation of House of the Dragon season 3 coming out, we have heard that episode 1 is one of the craziest episodes of television ever filmed. The trailers are getting me hyped, and again, we'll save the full discussion about the trailers themselves for Week in Geek. But I have a question for you guys. Does House of the Dragon season 3 have a potential to be a top 5 all-time season of all the Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, and Night of the Seven Kingdoms, all of the Westerosi series? Does House of the Dragon season 3 have potential to be a top 5 season?
Question: Is season 3? Is there a season 4 coming out for sure? When do they plan to wrap this up?
I think there's 4 total.
4 or 5. Yeah, let me check here. There's at least 4.
I would say this is the Game of Thrones universe, and literally any season has the opportunity to be one of the best seasons ever. Just so the world it takes place in, it's so good. So, I mean, I'm going to say yes, especially because season 2 is their development. We didn't want it to be. We thought it'd be all out war season 2, but whatever, we're past it. And that was their development season. But season 3 is it's got to just be nuts. And I think that alone just gives it a really good chance to be one of the best seasons.
It's going to be tough to watch.
Agreed.
And it's a little more focused. It's going to be really
tough to watch.
It's focused on like a tighter group of characters than Game of Thrones was, so less bouncing around. I think they're really going to get down to action.
True.
And you see in the trailer, it looks like Rhaenyra and her dragons have taken over King's Landing. So like
they're back in King's Landing. So sick watching Daemon and Rhaenyra stroll through the halls of King's Landing back in the Red Keep. Just like, that feels right. Feels right.
Right.
Is it going to last? Well, we'll find out, but feels right. Dude, we have that. We've got the first battle that's going to be insane in episode 1. We've got the 2,000 Northmen who were teased last season being led by Roddy the Ruin, Tommy Flanagan, a.k.a. Chibs from Sons of Anarchy. And these men, their literal goal is to die a glorious death. None of them want to go back to Winterfell. Like, they're being sent out to go to Valhalla, essentially. So we just have a bunch of white-haired Northmen, the Stark men, and they just want blood. Like, I feel like they're going to be one of the coolest aspects of the season, and this is a season that's going to be full of dragons. I honestly, man, I don't know as far as storytelling goes, but man, entertainment and just pure awesomeness, I feel like this definitely has potential of, I don't think top 3. I don't think you can knock out Game of Thrones season 4, season 3, season 5, even maybe. But I'm so hyped for this. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Ninja Sue, again, not exactly a nerd fandom topic, but still pretty nerdy. But I have an answer for this. He says, what will happen to the human personality and society as a whole if people stop dying? Now, my answer to that,
I have that power.
Is, 1, we're either all living in famine and the billionaires are just chilling and like everyone, but once the technology reaches a point to where people stop dying, that technology will be able to take us to space. And if that's the case, if no one's dying anymore, we will inhabit space and live out in space. And it'll be a lot like Star Wars or Star Trek. And that's what I got for you there.
I think we'll all die and about 300,000 people will be left.
Or a big wipeout will happen. Yeah. Okay. The Illuminati will finally just cull the population.
Look, man, I'm just saying Blue Origin is one of the major space runners, and they built one platform and just blew it up and are now back billions of dollars. So I don't know if I trust us getting to Mars in time if all of a sudden nobody died anymore. But humans are too stupid. They don't work together.
100 years down the road, once we crack quantum computing, we'd actually be able to use AI to its fullest potential, and things are going to get crazy.
Oh, we cracked it, and then they killed the dude. And then they...
Figure it out. Let's go with the term figure out quantum computing. Because really the problem with quantum computing is you can't cool down the amount of energy that it takes to use quantum computing. Like they can do quantum computing, but yeah, shit blows up. They don't have a way to cool down the heat that's produced from it. That's one of the big factors.
Well, figure it out. Be so stupid about it. Jesus.
Find a segue, Dave. Come on.
Well, speaking of interplanetary moving and the future of humanity with quantum computing and the cooling down of the computer systems, let's roll into a little segment I like to call Cut or Keep.
Okay.
People, yeah, we're cutting or keeping society.
Exactly. But we'll make it a little less heavy, and we'll go to casting in the MCU. We'll start off with that there.
Hell yeah.
Segue.
Seg your ways.
Ooh, don't make promises you can't keep.
Sorry.
Let's go. We have got 5 of the most all-time castings in the Marvel universe, actually all within the MCU now. You have to keep 2 of these castings and recast 3 of them. And this doesn't mean moving forward. This means you're starting back at the start of the MCU, and this cast was a different person all along. So we have got Chris Evans as Captain America, Chris Hemsworth Thor. Ooh. I'm gonna kick her out. Sorry. It's an all-male group. Sorry. Charlie Cox is Daredevil. John Bernthal's Punisher.
Oh,
and
stop!
Tom Holland's Spider-Man. You got to keep 2 of these 5, and you have to recast 3 of them in the MCU. What 2 are we keeping? You don't have to come up with the recast ideas. So we're not doing that. But keep 2 of them, and 3 get replaced. Lub, look like you got something to say.
I think I'm keeping John Bernthal.
Okay.
I think I'm going to keep John Bernthal.
Wait.
Tom Holland can go. I love Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but he can go. And then we have Captain America, Thor. What was Charlie Cox?
Yep.
I think Charlie Cox has to go. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, you haven't seen
TV show guys.
3. I didn't think you were gonna.
Sorry, Andy. And then Captain America or Thor. That is tough. I'm gonna say. I'm thinking like if Thor was recast, who could like do a good job and it would still be okay?
Right.
I think I'm gonna pick Chris Evans. I'm gonna pick Chris Evans. Captain America.
So you're keeping Punisher, Cap, and John Bernthal, huh? And Punisher. Which is funny. They have a couple parallels in the comics there. All right. Yeah. JD, what 2 you keeping?
I want to say the same exact thing, but I kind of want to keep Tom Holland instead, only because he has so much more significance in the MCU. Punisher's in his own corner, but John Bernthal's so perfect. Like it's a dream casting. And that's just really hard. But Chris Evans, I got to keep. That's 100%. He like Captain America is one of the most boring characters, slightly dorky, and he just kind of makes weird decisions sometimes. Like the whole Illuminati thing in the Hickman's Avengers. He's like, he got the opportunity to figure out everything, and he didn't ask about why the universes are crumbling or why incursions are happening or how to stop them. He says, is Tony Stark right? Like that's his mind seems like anyway, but Chris Evans made that character so cool. Quintessential to the MCU, elevated the character and like made Captain America cool. I got to keep Chris Evans. And I kind of want to keep Tom Holland. Yeah, just because he's more significant to the MCU. But that's really sad. I don't want to recast any of the other guys. Chris Hemsworth can kind of go either way. I'm sure there's another good fit for Thor, but I'll keep Tom Holland and Chris Evans.
Tom Holland and Chris Evans. All right, we're all gonna have different ones. That's good. So Tom Holland's and Chris Evans. Lub's keeping Chris Evans and John Bernthal. Oh, unfortunately, all right. Well, we're all gonna have the same one actually on one of them. I'm keeping Chris Evans too. I'm sorry. It's the same thing. He made a character that I wouldn't typically like into somebody I loved. I mean, he just really sold me on a character that I did not care about, especially after the first movie. For me, especially. Hated that movie, and he just sold me. man. So I can't speak anything higher than what Chris Evans did for his character. So I got to keep him. I'm going Charlie Cox. I think Chris Hemsworth is amazing as Thor. He's great, but I do think there's at least a couple people out there that would have been great with it. John Bernthal's Punisher, I agree with JD. I think it's perfect, but as far as his role in the MCU and everything, it wouldn't be as detrimental to lose him as that cast person. And Tom Holland, I think there are a lot of solid Spider-Man options out there. But for Charlie Cox, he just embodied Daredevil. Even when his mask is off, like he has the blind man's look down, like his eyes, like you forget he's not blind in real life when you see him on the red carpet and stuff. He just absolutely killed it. He has 5 solid seasons of television as Daredevil. He's continuing into the movies now. He's still got a great future. He's just been a staple since the start of this whole cinematic universe, even though it was only a Netflix show. And he's just been a perfect Matt Murdock for me. So we all stuck with Chris Evans, and then JD kept Tom Holland, Caleb kept John Bernthal, and I kept Charlie Cox. So sorry, Chris Hemsworth.
I'm surprised Robert Downey Jr. wasn't in it.
That would have been.
I thought it was too easy.
Then it's just it's
too easy. We all would have picked him.
Iron Man and Cap.
I had him on there and was just like, that's not fun. We're all gonna pick.
I thought for sure.
And Hugh Jackman was the same thing. I didn't put him on there either because I figured RDJ and Hugh Jackman are kind of the goats where it comes to casting. So all right, one more, eliminate one and keep the rest, and then we'll move on to some of JD's topics here. Doomsday coming up. So if you're a Doomsday fan, we are going to be discussing it again. Don't you worry. But this is villains, the all-time villains. We're going to start with, we have to eliminate one, and then it'll progress into a different part of this. So we've got Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, Anthony Starr's Homelander, Heath Ledger's Joker, Josh Brolin's Thanos, and Ian McKellen's Magneto. So villains across the board. You have to eliminate one of these. Any project they were a part of, any thing they had to do with any of their universes, it's gone if you eliminate them. You got to eliminate one. Who are you eliminating?
What was the read it one more time?
Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, Anthony Starr's Homelander, Heath Ledger's Joker, Josh Brolin's Thanos, and Ian McKellen's Magneto.
You know what? I'll go Homelander because I'm not invested in that universe the way I am the comic book universes. I mean, that's a comic book, not Marvel, DC. Yeah. Everything else, all the other projects that included those other villains meant so much more to me in general. So Homelander first is going for me.
I agree.
That's logic. Damn it. Made that a little too easy. All right, fair enough. And Ninja says Homelander as well. Okay. Oh, everybody.
But who do we eliminate next?
Yes, well, the next portion of this is you can only keep one. But yeah, let's do that real quick because it seems like we across.
We're going to keep two.
Let's get rid of Homelander real quick. Eliminate one more.
Oh God!
It might be Ian McKellen because if I can have Michael Fassbender do it instead, then I'm okay with that.
Okay, yeah, I could live without the OG X-Men era. They're pretty good. Yeah, I really prefer the new generation X-Men movies anyway. But I kind of think Ian McKellen is going to do some really, really cool stuff in Doomsday. So, right. But that wasn't a part of the contract here. It just deletes the past stuff. Yeah. So Ian McKellen's next.
All right. All right. I was thinking that for the same reason when I was thinking of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. But to me, that's just like the iconic villain for me as far as comic books go. That was the first one I fell in love with as a kid, and he's literally perfect. Right. And he was even perfect coming back in No Way Home. So I can't kick him out, even though he was only in a couple of movies and whatnot. It's just he's too iconic.
He's on sabbatical.
Okay, so now we can only keep one. Everything's got to be eliminated. Keep one of these characters.
What's the final list?
Final list. Well, we're gonna just leave in Heath Ledger's Joker, Josh Brolin's Thanos, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, and Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin.
Oh,
only keep one.
He might be my least favorite out of all these villains, but Thanos just did so much for the MCU. I might have to keep Thanos just for the strategy of keeping the whole Infinity Saga.
And Josh Brolin, even though
But
it was
this is
half
tough.
voice acting, he did good with like the emotional scenes. Like Josh Brolin did kind of embody the role. He made people believe he was Thanos, you know. So
Yeah, I wouldn't
the
say this is
voice.
my favorite casting or my favorite villain, but I might have
Right.
to keep him just to keep those 30 or so movies all relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Giving up Spider-Man 1, No Way Home, The Dark Knight.
I know.
Daredevil.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
This was not a
Vincent
nice one,
is
David.
perfect Kingpin. I know. It's painful.
It's very mean.
It's so hard, dude. I have to keep Heath Ledger's Joker. Even though it's the least amount of projects, but the significance he had and just the absolute game changing for his career, and RIP, obviously we didn't get to see it continue, but it was that casting that everybody was so angry about. And he just turned out to be one of the best villains of all time in movies. Like when everybody was saying this is a terrible cast, Heath Ledger just absolutely ate that up. So I was thinking Thanos, but I'll go with Heath Ledger's Joker.
Respect it. Still my number one on-screen villain.
I'm gonna break the tie, and I'm gonna have to pick Thanos.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm sorry.
fair.
I know I got Thanos
Fair.
and the Joker behind me right now, so that one's on each shoulder.
Oh,
I'm on Thanos.
all right. Well, somebody's got to hold down the podcast name. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since JD is still definitely here and in front of the camera, let's head on over to his topic.
Oh.
All right, real quick, okay, I was gonna say I've got a quick one we could do. He's got his headphones on, so all right, you wanna pop into your Doomsday topic there, JD?
Okay, let's just talk about cameos and let's go far-fetched, wild cameos that kind of make sense, but it's not going to happen. And then some cameos that are a little more reasonable, like probably won't happen, but you could definitely see them popping in there. I think there's going to be a lot of that happening in Doomsday, like some pretty surprising cameos that we won't expect. But I'll kick it off.
Oh,
what you
I'll
got?
say there was a news report that came out like a week ago or something, and there's like 10 to 12 more heroes that haven't been announced yet. You know, so there are some secrets that haven't been announced with that, you know, like 60-person cast list.
Damn. Okay.
Straight up. So what I got for reasonable, I got Venom, and I got Nova, and I got the Beyonder because he was so quintessential to that thing, but not that exciting. No one really gives a shit about the Beyonder. But then I got Miles Morales. That would make me so happy. But Nova, Venom, Miles Morales, Beyonders, whatever. But that's kind of like I could actually potentially see any of those coming in there, and that would be very, very exciting.
Who's
Nova?
I think we're gonna get.
Has Nova been Nova casted yet? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
They've been talking about a Nova project for a long time, though.
Right.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, throw Thanos on that list. I think we'll see a Thanos as well.
Okay. I think I theorized we'd see King Thanos at one point. So I'm with that. I think we'll see a variation of him at least. With Miles Morales, I could see him being teased in Brand New Day, maybe, or maybe in another project, and then popping up in Secret Wars. Because obviously he's in Secret Wars in the comics. I could see that. I would prefer that. I would rather that happen than him pop up all of a sudden in Doomsday with no mention of him or no kind of warm up of the character. I would rather see him pop up in Brand New Day or even if it's an MCU series, maybe some project where he's teased and then in Secret Wars he arrives. What do we think of White Vision? Do we think he could show up?
Ooh, I can't wait for Vision Quest. You got to think so. I think Vision's coming back to the he's going to be important again soon. And I think this show's going to be really good, but I think White Vision will be in there.
Was Elizabeth Olsen
more heavy hitters?
Announced? Yeah.
She is not announced for Doomsday though, right?
No, that's right.
No.
But I think that's too easy. I think she'll definitely be in there.
Right.
I think she won't be.
Oh,
I think, yeah, I think she will. Children's Crusade. I think they're doing a lot of that stuff, and been a theme. Let's
yeah,
find Wanda.
shit.
Agatha all along. We need to find Wanda. We got our kids coming back and stuff, and they're actively trying to find Wanda. So I think she'll definitely be in there.
yeah.
Yeah, that is,
I like Venom
I forgot
though.
about the whole
That's-
children's crusade.
Venom seems like the most fun
Yeah.
answer that could possibly happen.
Yeah, they teased it already until Venom 3 happened, and then it's like did they go back on that? Like, didn't he catch the symbiote? Now it's no longer floating around the MCU. That's stupid. He licked the screen when he saw Tom Holland on that. Like, that's one of the most desired characters I really do want to see in the MCU.
Yeah, dude, I just want to see him lick Spider-Man. I don't know why we can't one day.
All right.
No,
Far-fetched.
Yeah.
Far-fetched, and this has castings. Far-fetched. Could you imagine Ben Affleck's Daredevil? Be weird. I'm not saying I want this stuff. I just whatever. Edward Norton's Hulk, which was brought up earlier this episode, but man, that would be so cool. And then Terrence Howard as War Machine. I thought that'd be pretty funny. And you know, in the Secret Wars comics, the 80s and the modern Secret Wars, neither of them had Iron Man, but I want to say both had Rhodey. No, Rhodey as Iron Man was in the 80s Secret Wars. And I don't think there's a War Machine in the modern one. But it's just interesting that Iron Man was in neither Secret Wars, and he's really not really supposed to be in this one in the MCU anymore anyway. But that's an interesting kind of pattern or consistency.
Does Terrence Howard still act?
I was gonna say, if Terrence Howard wasn't making the podcast rounds claiming that people stole his quantum technology formulas and like was just absolutely losing his shit right now, I would think that's a possibility. But I don't think he's going to be starring in any Marvel project. That man has gone off the deep end in the last year or two.
Yeah, he had like dreams as a kid where he like was visited by some like being and it told him like all these like math equations and stuff. He's crazy.
2 + 2 does not equal 4, and he will genuinely argue how it doesn't. And there's a lot of stuff that man has got. Some of the stuff, it's like, yeah, maybe there's some, but he's just dove into all the craziest possible things you could bring up on a podcast, and that's what he's been doing. So, like,
what about Galactus? Do we see Galactus in there?
Ooh,
he should be, right? At least like in another realm or something.
Also very much in both Secret Wars. He was kind of a guarding sentry of Doom's in the modern one, and Doom stole his power when he decided he was going to eat all the battle world. Doom stole that power that he was going to. He was going to feed it into himself, Galactus, and Dr. Doom switched up the direction of the current and absorbed all that energy that was going, and that's how he became super powerful to fight the Beyonder in the original Secret Wars. So Galactus playing a role in both Secret Wars. I think he'll be in there, and I'd love to see Silver Surfer there too.
I had one. I had a long shot one, and it just totally. Son of a gun. Hold on. Come back to me. Lub, you got one? I was thinking Eric Bana's Hulk instead of Ed Norton's Hulk. And then I was thinking of the character that his dad played. The guy who... What was the...
Wendigo? I forgot what he turned into.
I feel like they did a combination of characters from comic books in the movie itself, but like he was able to like turn into electricity and kind of like, I don't know, he shifted his like elemental breakdown or something. But I could see a 2004 Ang Lee kind of Easter egg being thrown into this Doomsday situation here.
I put Banner Hulk as I think that's a higher chance than Edward Norton's Hulk, yeah. Because that's too confusing. He was in the MCU, but now he got recast, but it's still supposed to be the same Hulk. So it's like that would be like, oh, that's not another universe's Hulk. That's the same universe as recasted Hulk. Eric Bana, different universe Hulk. Could totally see
Good
it.
point. Yeah, that's kind of harder to explain. As Mark Ruffalo's Hulk said in the wonderful She-Hulk series, I was a totally different person back then. Like, oh, yeah. That was
literally.
Okay. we'll roll on to the next topic then here. This is a big, or sorry, did we have any more cameo predictions?
I was going to say Dr. Octopus or Green Goblin, maybe one of those two as well. But yeah, we can move on. We're just fucking.
Love, did you have any last ones?
Not really.
Okay. All right. I had another one, man. That's driving me nuts. It wasn't just Eric Banyas, but oh well. Big Punisher topic here, real quick. Hot button issue. Since the leading man Frank Castle made a very daring and bold comment about 2 years ago, in which, you know, in fitting form, we cover Punisher topics about a year or two late, and it trends. So, fan of naps? Naps? Yes, no. Naps? Do we like naps? Yes, no.
Who the hell is naps? What is this?
Sleeping in the middle of the day. Yeah, John Bernthal. People who took naps. Again, this is like
naps.
No naps.
I wish I could. I don't know what it is.
You guys don't know what you're missing.
You're a nap guy, David?
Oh God, I'm not even by choice. I'll just fall asleep.
But I wish I could do that. That's healthy, bro.
I'll just be in the recliner. I'll get home from work and then I'll just fall asleep for 30 minutes. Just be like, oh shit. All right, start the day again. All right, no real topic here. Question. You got to choose one or the other. I got a couple one of the others, and then we can start to wrap this episode up here. We got a couple other topics Shady wanted to go into as well. If you could make one of these two things happen, for sure, it's going to happen. Big screen, live action, but you can only choose one. A live action Under the Red Hood project, or Venom and Spider-Man team up movie finally happening. And if you don't choose one or the other, it will never happen.
Under the Red Hood, also because then Venom versus Spider-Man, I'll do. But teaming up is whatever.
No. Sorry, just in the same movie, a Venom and Spider-Man movie. They don't necessarily have to be teaming up. They may be teaming up, maybe they're against each other, but it's a big Venom and Spider-Man movie.
Under the Red Hood is my shit. I'm gonna do that.
I figured
could Miles Morales be in it too, like the video game.
Oh yeah. It'd be a big Spider-Man kind of deal.
Yeah. I want to give me that all day.
Okay,
that's fair.
I think I kind of actually go for the Under the Red Hood, even though Spider-Man's my deal and my favorite game growing up was Spider-Man and Venom on the Sega. That thing was freaking awesome. But I just think they need to do Jason Todd. I think he has to be brought in. I think that's the best story to tell for him. I mean, it's his story. So you have to tell the story if you're going to have Jason Todd in the DCU. And I think he really needs to be here. We haven't had Jason Todd. We haven't had Red Hood. We had it briefly in Titans and they absolutely botched it. So I think that's more needed across the nerd world than the Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah, fair and good question. Those are both very desired projects.
Yeah, if either one were to happen, I would just be absolutely stoked. All right, sorry, one more and then we'll go to JD's thing. Who would you rather be involved in the DCU? The one you select is not ever going to be brought in. Martian Manhunter or Hawkman?
One more time. Sorry.
Oh.
Who would you rather be involved in the DCU? The other will not be involved whatsoever. Martian Manhunter and Hawkman.
Easy, Martian Manhunter. Hawkman is kind of a goofball. I'm sure you could do a lot of cool stuff with the Thanagarians. But oh man, Martian Manhunter seems like such a cool sci-fi, cinematic, powerful, interesting character. I cannot wait for any Martian Manhunter. I can't believe they haven't ever done Martian. Well, I guess Snyder did some.
Tease.
But Hawkman can wait plenty of time, years. But give me Martian Manhunter.
I agree. He seems like I don't know anything about him really, but he seems very interesting. So
he's a shapeshifter. He can read minds, I'm pretty sure. Like he's got a lot of crazy ass abilities. Isn't he a mind reader too?
Mind reader. That's how they all talk. They discuss. He just links their brains, and they all discuss as they're battling and stuff. Weak to fire. That's his weakness. But came from Mars, where all of his people died. Mars used to be a full civilization. They all died. He's the survivor. I think there might be a few more running around. But man, cool character.
It's just crazy. We never have really seen it portrayed well. Like we briefly got it in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I don't know. When I wrote this, it seemed like a better question, but as I read it, it was like obviously Martian Manhunter. So I don't know why Hawkman was included in that one, but just let that one go. All right, I did have a few other juicy ones, but I'm going to save that for our next nerd therapy episode. Let's get into one of the topics JD has here, and that is, if Batman is such a resourceful genius, why is Gotham still in shambles?
I don't have an answer, but it's so annoying. This is why I'm starting to not like the character of Batman, even though his movies and his comics are consistently the best. Like, I love them. I will always love them. But the character of Batman, we've already discussed recruiting children to fight crime, never had killed the Joker, can't even keep like his villains imprisoned, even though he's so resourceful and smart. Like, he just puts them somewhere they can break out. And on top of that, Gotham is still one of the shittiest places in the DC universe to live after decades of the supposed smartest man, one of the richest and most influential men. And he fights crime behind the scenes, and still that city is in shambles. So is he really that smart? Is he really that resourceful? There's too many holes to poke in the Batman character, even though he is so cool. Great stories, but come on. He's not that competent on that level if shit hasn't been fixed.
As the representative of one Bruce Wayne / Batman, we will not be answering any further questions this evening. So.
HR.
Yeah, he is like the guy who is known for his prep time, and he's smarter and he thinks everything through. But then you got like Calendar Man breaking out of his prison. Like, it makes you wonder, like, yeah, how have you not locked this down where all these goofballs just keep making it out on the street and you're having to waste your time putting people away like Calendar Man and Mr. Pig or Professor Pig?
There's a lot of them, though.
There are a lot of them.
Big
there are.
Gallery.
It's like 20% of the population of Gotham is a villain, it seems.
He wants them to go through the justice system of America and the criminal system. Yet they choose when to kill people, but then he always talks about how he doesn't trust the system and all this stuff. But like, you're not supposed to choose to kill someone, but our corrupt government can choose to kill someone. They put innocent people on death row all the time. Like, in a disturbing number of people get offed legally, and they ended up being innocent. So he doesn't trust them, but he's cool with them deciding who lives and who dies. But if he's so smart, he should be able to, the Joker should die. I don't know. We don't have to get into Batman. Killing is a sensitive topic. You don't even have to go into that. But kids and crime, Gotham is still in shambles. Like, none of this makes sense.
And they've kind of done that in certain projects where Thomas Wayne invested a bunch of stuff and ended up actually helping the city in the long run. I forget what that, but they're always like spin-off and like Elseworld, alternate reality kind of thing. It's never actually what happens. So yeah, I mean, I guess, I don't know, he's rich enough to have a vehicle that has a nuclear reactor as its energy source, among building insane stuff in Batcave. Yeah, I don't know. You'd think he could build a better infrastructure, and I don't know. There's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Conflictions and contrasts as it comes to Batman's ideology and then his love for the justice system. Like you said, it's just half of his whole lifestyle is anti-justice system, but then he relies on all the big decisions on the justice system. So yeah, yeah. Maybe it wasn't made to be thought of like that, but we are here now, and now you got to give us a reason as to why Gotham still sucks. All right. Oh, last one here. I think we got for the day here. JD, you want to give us your scenario with the rogue Superman here? Is there a Superman?
Okay. Superman goes rogue. You got to assemble 4 characters to defeat Superman. You cannot pick Dr. Doom because of magic. You know, he's weak to magic, so I don't know. Dr. Doom versus Superman. I feel like I got Dr. Doom. Cannot pick Goku. Cannot pick, Thor or Hulk. It's too obvious, too easy. You kind of want a heavy hitter on your team. You cannot pick Sauron. And was that it? And cannot pick Wanda. Again, weak to magic. Sauron magic. Wanda, very magic. Let's just take them off the table and assemble 4 characters. And let's keep it to movies. Movie characters.
No, Omni-Man
from the comics. Right. Which I think Superman crushes Omni-Man, right? I don't know. At
We
least
don't
he
need to get
has
into
ice
that. We don't
breath
need to
and
get into
laser.
that.
Right,
It's-
right.
All I'll say about that is Superman's been in the comics for 90 years or so. So there's just been too many stories told that give so many insane feats that it's hard to argue it.
Yeah, and our YouTube polls are wild. They pick Superman for every single 1v1, even Doctor Doom, even Goku, which I think is just ridiculous. But anyway, 4 characters from any movie. Who do you think actually takes out Superman? I didn't write an answer down, but I'll think of something.
Doctor Strange?
I
Do we
mean-
want Doctor Strange on the team? Oh, is that
I
magic
didn't take him
still?
off the list. Yeah, but I didn't, that's kind of tricky. But yeah, throw him on there because I would say Wanda and Doctor Doom are a little better with magic.
Like natural abilities. Doctor Strange had to kind of learn it,
So 4 opponents.
Yeah.
Was Batman on the no list?
He might have should have been, but no, man. Just
All right, he's
rock
on my
with
list
it. I
then.
already
If there's
Yeah,
a team
I'm
of
throwing
4, I'm
Batman
trusting
on the
him to
list.
strategize against Superman. He's proven that he
Yes.
knows how to strategize against Superman. So I will have him
use the
helping.
brains.
Yep.
Which
Um,
Batman?
Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Yeah.
He's got the
agreed.
suit. He has the fucking armor.
He already beat him.
suit.
He beat him.
I was gonna say Kevin Conroy's, but it's better detective work.
Okay. I like it.
Spider-Man? Yeah, Batfleck.
Do we want Spider-Man?
I don't want Spider-Man on my list. Maybe Magneto. Maybe Professor X. Wait, no.
Star
Magneto's
Killer.
Just Star Killer.
Yeah, do we want a Jedi?
All right.
Do we want Anakin?
Do you want Jedi though?
I don't know, right?
Ooh.
Do you?
He could barely hold a ship down, to capture Obi-Wan and them.
Kate
I mean,
from
he's strong,
Gen
but
V.
not Superman level. Which one?
Kate,
Movies
Kate
only.
From Gen
Movies
V touches Superman's shoulder, says punch your face off. Punches his face off, fights over.
Oh, in that case, Jessica Jones villain, didn't he? do
Oh,
the same thing?
Kilgore.
He could just
Or, it's not Kilgore. I always call him that. It's Kill something.
no, not Killmonger.
Kilgrave.
Kill switch.
Kilgrave. There you go.
Killgrave.
Yeah.
He has the mind control thing, right?
He does.
Oh, that's not from a movie. Never mind. Movie or show. All right, so we got Batman. I'll throw Professor X on there. You got to have some kind of telepathy. You got to do something sneaky with Superman. It's not just brute force.
Yeah.
That's why Magneto is getting
strategize.
taken off.
Doctor Strange too. He could do like 50 of himself. Superman
Okay.
doesn't know. Yeah, those
Yes,
Put him in a mirror
Doctor
dimension.
Strange, Batman,
Yeah.
Professor X. One more.
I'm good with
we
Professor
wanna-
X messing with his psyche and that. Now we need
Do we
we
do-
need brute strength though. We got Strange,
Wolverine?
we got Batman. We need brute
Ugh,
strength,
no,
kinda, or
Wolverine.
speed.
He's in-
Can I pick Omni-Man?
Immortal.
Is Omni-Man an option?
Yeah.
He
Or
said
Thrag?
movies only at first.
Oh, okay.
But no, but
Um,
move on screen, just not comics is
screen,
what I
yeah.
meant.
Okay.
So then we could pull. Actually, I might go with
I'm
Black
going
Adam.
Frag.
Oh wait, Doctor
Thrag.
Fate.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thrag.
Batman, Doctor Strange.
is that an
Thrag,
Invincible
Professor X,
villain?
That's mine. Yeah, he's the villain. He is. Let's just
What
say
season was
when
Thrag in?
he goes to throw an uppercut, he creates a gravitational pull. So he's.
Is he a Viltrumite?
Strong. Yeah,
Okay, let's go.
he's the leader of the Viltrumites.
Oh shit.
Bred for battle since birth.
When does he come in?
He's a fucking savage. Season 4.
Damn.
Have
Towards,
you
like, the
finished
end of
season 4, Dave?
Yeah.
I think Dave watched it all.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, I can't wait for season 5. It's gonna be pretty wild. God, yeah, it's just gnarly. Like those fights are just intense. They do a good job at like it not being super repetitive. Sometimes it is, but they throw in a lot of crazy like new combat stuff we haven't seen yet. So yeah, I thought it was fun.
Well, I would. All right. Side question: Can you quickly, blindly rank the 4 seasons? At least give me the worst and the best.
I'd go 1, 3, and 4 are tied, and then 2.
1,
Two's
3,
good,
and
though.
4
I
are
like
tied.
2's not bad.
No,
Or 1.
1 at number 1.
1 is 1.
3 and 4
Gotcha.
tied at 2, and then 2 below. No, 2's good. It's just 1 I
Slower.
think is just start to finish really good, great storytelling, crazy end, crazy start. And then season 4 is some epic highs, but some kind of there's a couple filler episodes. There's a couple of just stuff I don't really care about, and that kind of happens in season 3. But the highs of both of those seasons are insane, so it's hard to like rank them low.
I really liked the episode where we go back and see that virus go through the Viltrumites.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
There you go. Well, that's but yeah. No, that was
gnarly.
Yeah.
No, they just got the flu. They were fine.
Yeah, there's just the spring. I forgot what it's called in Game of Thrones. Never mind. Move on.
They are good to go.
All right, you're good, love.
Okay. Well, anyway, I got Black Adam, Dr. Fate, Batman, and just Doctor Strange. That's my 4.
No Professor X.
No, because I
don't think you need Doctor Strange and Professor X.
It's convoluted and kind of hard to figure out what the hell is going on. Is he strong enough to get into Superman's head? I don't know.
I'll go Batman, Doctor Strange, Magneto, and then maybe what about a Quicksilver? A little speedster? That work?
Yeah, but Flash didn't do anything to Superman in that movie.
Then I'm going Wolverine. I just need a brawler in there, so I'm going Wolverine.
He cannot touch. His vibranium blades would break.
Well, this is after Doctor Strange tricks him. Magneto puts a metal thing around him, and then he comes up with the claws.
Aim for the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we can do a future one with comic book characters. That's really hard with movies, though.
I'm sticking with Batman. I'm keeping Doctor Strange for the magic aspect. I'm bringing in Thrag for that power, and then Starkiller. I'm gonna have a Jedi in there. I'm gonna have a Force user, lightning, bring down a Star Destroyer on top of Superman after something's going on. But is it? Are we doing comics? My bad.
No,
well, Sauron was mentioned as a no-go on the list, so I thought it was all fantasy.
You are cheating. There's no movies or shows.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Hold on. Then we'll just go to Anakin Skywalker. That's fine.
There you go. I'll switch Wolverine out for Omni-Man. I'll put Omni-Man.
I still think Superman beats all of our teams for some reason.
Yeah, it's hard to argue against Superman. I saw the stuff in some of his comics where he sneezed and like destroyed an entire solar system. It's like, okay, well, I don't know what to do about that. Like, he clapped and changed like the laws of physics. Like, there's so much stuff he's done where it's just like, I don't know how you compete against that. That's just like, he's just God. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up here. It was a pretty solid nerd therapy here. We broke the hour barrier. Almost got to an hour and a quarter. And then just saw a UFO when he was young. So it was great to have him in to drop the philosophical questions. If you got videos, send them over. I would love to see. I believe you, by the way. I believe you. But yeah, that's our... I want to believe. The only thing I don't believe is that Elle is still alive because 11 died. So get over it. But everything else, yeah, I believe. But that'll do it for us. Why So Sidious on our nerd therapy episode. Sorry, I broke there. We will be having a Week in Geek episode coming out soon here. We'll be covering Supergirl dropping. I forget what else. We're going to be covering the Supergirl comic before the movie drops. So Supergirl
Spider Noir
tomorrow. Spider Noir, we'll probably discuss it. Amazon can go to hell because I've tried 4 different devices and cannot watch it in black and white. Phone, iPad, Fire Stick, Smart TV, 2 different Amazon accounts. No option to watch it in black and white. So Jeff Bezos, you can drop dead. But yeah, we'll probably cover the show at some point and at least discuss it briefly, depending on the whole season is out every episode. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah. Anyways, follow us on our socials. Check out our merch store, Panel Bound Comics, code Why So Sidious. Thank you for joining us here, and we will see you next time on Why So Sidious, a nerd podcast.